Then you are looking at hundreds of dollars of fractured, useless plastic every year. Americans spend over $12 billion on home organization products. A massive chunk of that goes straight into buying large rectangular plastic storage bins from big box stores. These containers cost anywhere from $15 to $40 a piece. Yet, they aren't airtight, their lids pop off if you overfill them by an inch, and they almost always crack right down the side the moment you stack them in a cold garage. This isn't just poor manufacturing. It's a massive retail markup built on a marketing illusion. You are paying premium prices for containers that are chemically and structurally designed to fail you. I'm going to show you how to source commercial grade, airtight, waterproof, structurally superior storage containers for absolute $0. Forever. But before I show you how to fix this for good, you need to understand how we got conditioned to accept this in the first place. And because this isn't a coincidence, it's design. If you look back at the home organization boom of the last few decades, the industry realized they could sell you empty space, as long as they made it look visually appealing. And we were conditioned to believe that to be organized, we needed matching, clear, rectangular boxes that nest together perfectly. The industry prioritized the aesthetics of organization over structural physics. They taught us that buying cheap, thin-walled plastic was an investment in a clean home. That's not science. That's marketing. When we look at the hard physics, a rectangular plastic box has inherent massive weak points. The 90-degree corners, when you stack these bins, the load doesn't distribute evenly. The weight forces the vertical corners to bear the brunt of the pressure. This creates a stress concentration. Add a little bit of winter cold to make that cheap plastic brittle, and those stress points immediately fracture under the shear weight. Furthermore, to keep costs down and profits up, retail bins are mostly made of polypropylene, or resin code 5. It's cheap, lightweight, and incredibly rigid, meaning it snaps instead of flexing. If you want a container that actually lasts, you have to look at the geometry and the raw materials used by industries that cannot afford failure. The solution doesn't require a trip to the hardware store. It requires a trip to the bakery department of your local supermarket. Places like Walmart, Kroger, or Safeway. You are looking for heavy-duty, commercial, food-grade 5-gallon buckets with gasket-sealed lids. Commercial bakeries and delis receive their bulk ingredients, like cake frosting, donut glaze, and pickles, in these massive containers, and every single day they throw them away by the dozens. These buckets are made of high-density polyethylene, or HDPE. Unlike the brittle retail bins, HDPE is a remarkably resilient polymer. It has a massive strength-to-density ratio. It flexes under pressure instead of shattering. It handles extreme temperature swings, and it blocks UV light from degrading your stored items. Dysinxix doesn't negotiate. A cylinder is one of the strongest structural shapes in engineering because it distributes a downward load evenly across a 360-degree surface, eliminating those weak point corners entirely. Always ensure you are getting these directly from a bakery or deli. This guarantees they are food grade and have only ever held safe, edible products, completely avoiding any risk of industrial chemical exposure. Here is the exact protocol to secure and prepare your lifetime supply of heavy-duty storage. First, approach the bakery or deli counter early in the morning or late in the evening when they are resetting for the day. Simply ask, do you have any empty frosting buckets with lids that you are throwing out? 9 times out of 10, they will gladly hand you a stack for free because it saves them a trip to the dumpster. Now, here is the crucial insider rule that most people miss. When you bring them home, they are going to smell heavily of vanilla frosting or garlic pickles. The scent molecules get trapped in the microscopic pores of the HDPE plastic. Do not use harsh bleach or heavy detergents to clean them. You'll just replace one smell with another. Instead, create a thick paste using standard baking soda and warm water. Scrub the interior of the bucket and the inside of the lid. Next, rinse them out and leave them sitting open in direct, bright sunlight. Baking soda acts as a highly effective base to neutralize acidic odors, while the UV rays from the sun cause photodegradation, breaking down the organic scent compounds at a molecular level. Let it sit outside like this for 24 hours. The timeline isn't instant, but the result is permanent. You will be left with an absolutely odorless, sterile, heavy-duty container. When snapping the lids back on, you'll notice a rubber O-ring inside the rim. This gasket creates a true hermetic seal that retail bins simply do not have. Now, a common fear people have is whether these repurposed buckets are actually safe for long-term storage in a dirty garage. Will pests get in? Will the plastic degrade and ruin clothes or documents? Let's look at the data. Retail storage bins often have warped, loose-fitting lids. They easily let in garage moisture, silverfish, and mice. Over time, that fluctuating humidity causes mold and fabric rot. These free bakery buckets, however, are designed to meet strict FDA standards for long-term food contact and transport. According to the FDA's guidelines on food contact substances, HDPE is one of the most stable, non-leaching plastics available. Because they are engineered to lock out microscopic bacteria and preserve perishable food for months, they easily lock out garage moisture, dust, and insects. The commercial bins you've been buying are actually compromising the very items you're trying to protect. By switching to a food-grade, gasket-sealed cylinder, you are utilizing a system exactly as it was engineered to perform under extreme logistics. You can continue to spend hundreds of dollars outfitting your garage with brittle, rectangular retail boxes that will undoubtedly crack by next winter, or you can take 5 minutes to ask your local baker for the structurally superior, chemically stable containers they are literally throwing in the trash. A free, indestructible container that permanently solves your storage problems is not a business model. It's a business ending. If this saved you money, hit the like button. It helps other people who are overpaying find this information and break the cycle of disposable retail junk. Next up on the screen, I'm exposing the massive water weight markup in liquid laundry detergent and showing you how to bypass it with simple chemistry. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.